A wrongfully convicted man from the Bronx waking up a completely free man this morning. It's a day that was 35 years in the making. This morning we're joined by Rafael Ruiz, who was completely exonerated yesterday for a crime that sent him to prison for 25 years. He's joined by his sister, Maria Ruiz. So good morning to both of you.
Good morning, sir. How you doing, sir?
Let's talk first, Mr. Ruiz. Are you waking up feeling differently this morning, knowing that you, even though you were out of jail for 10 years, are completely exonerated of this crime?
Yes, I feel more different. I feel more relaxed for myself, and I feel more motivated for myself.
So take me back to the day. What exactly happened here? You were charged with rape of an 18-year-old. You were 24 years old at the time, sent to prison in 1985. You were offered a deal. Plead guilty, you'll serve 1 to 3 years. And you were offered that deal 4 times, and you said no.
I said, nah. I said, I ain't did nothing wrong. I said, I go to trial to prove my innocence. And then my lawyer kept on saying, why don't you take the 1 to 3? I said, no, I ain't taking that. He said, all right, I'm going to talk to the DA and see what's going on with them. Then they came back and asked me again, how do you plead, guilty or innocent? I said, I plead innocent. They said, they gave you another offer, 48. I said, wow, what's the difference of the 1.5 to 3? I said, I ain't did nothing. I go to trial, let's go to trial. Then we stood debating back and forth for a minute. Then they came again and offered me a 5 to 15. I refused to take it. Then they came back, I met some lady, I don't know who she was. She said, they want to give you a 5 flat. I said, what's the difference of 1.5 to 3, 48, 5 15, and now 5 flat? I said, I ain't did nothing wrong.
It didn't matter because you were innocent the entire time. You knew you were innocent and you wanted everybody to know that. So take me back to when the Innocence Project came to you and said, we are going to help you out here. You served a full 25-year sentence.
Right,
you were 24 years old at the time. You're 60 years old now. What happened when the Innocence Project came to you?
When I located the Innocence Project, when I was locked up, I was watching that movie about O.J. And I heard that they had a project was coming out. It called itself the Innocence Projects. So I wrote to them the best way I could write, and they contacted me back and said, Mr. Ruiz, we're going to accept your records, you know, your crime. We're going to help you with the crime, really. We're going to help you out. You could send us any kind of information about your crime or any kind of paper. Do you got something? So I sent them maybe like a 30 page. That's what I had from the court they gave me. Then they wrote back and said, this is all you got? I said, that's all I got. And then they said, all right. Then they said, hang in there, we'll contact you again.
But there were things during the trial that actually never came to light, which helped prove your innocence, including DNA. And Maria, you were there for the trial, right? You watched this unfold. The DNA case, DNA evidence never made it to the trial. Were you upset about that?
I was very upset and confused at the time of why is that evidence not presented.
So the DNA evidence comes back now that showed you were not a match for this attempted rape.
And that made me feel good because I said to the longest to my lawyer, I'm not the person who committed this crime.
Not only that, but the individual said that she was attacked by an individual named Ronnie. Explain this story, because this is the point where I just lost it, saying, how did they make this mistake? You lived in an apartment that was right next door to an individual named Ronnie.
Right, Ronnie, yeah. My brother used to live down the hall from the person, put it that way. So I used to go to my brother's house to pick up my little niece at that time. One thing leads to another with my sister-in-law that I couldn't get my little niece to go home with me to meet her grandmother. So then I told my brother, I said, let's go home, we'll come back another day. Then like 2 weeks after that, the police came knocking on my door and asked me, do y'all know a guy named Rodney? I said, I don't know the man named Rodney. He said, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to come to the precinct and tell these people, my sergeant and lieutenant, that you don't know this man named Rodney. So I said, all right, I'll go with you, why not? Then he talked to me in the hallway. He said, this guy named Rodney, you know, I said, what this guy did? He said, oh, this man named Rodney raped a woman. I said, wow, man, you know, hey, what can I say? You know, hey, you know, I guess I gotta go with you then. But I don't know no man like that. I don't know friendship like that. He said, all right, we get to the precinct. One thing leads to another with me and this cop for a couple of minutes.
And I want to hear more about this story. We just got to sneak in a quick break. We're going to come back and talk more about this story, plus what you're looking for in the future coming up next. All right, stay with us. And Maria Ruiz, and I want to get back to this story here and talk about the individual who I had identified you. You know, it came out that last year she did an interview where she said she didn't even know if she actually chose the right person in the lineup. What do you want to say to her now, if you had a chance to, Maria?
I would like to tell her to think twice before she makes a decision, and just don't pick a person because you're angry at the world and because someone else did a damage on you. I'm sorry that she was attacked, and I just want her to just think twice before she makes a decision.
And Raphael, you are now exonerated. Obviously, you seem like a very kind individual. You don't seem angry even that much at the system here. But moving forward and looking ahead, you had trouble getting a job over the last 10 years because you had this hanging over your head. But you're also looking for love.
Yeah, I'm looking for a nice little woman my age, hopefully, maybe a little more, you know, maybe not 30, 40, so around there, could have a nice little kid with me, hopefully. And maybe live a good little life, hopefully, and accept me who I am for real.
And you know what? That is something everybody should know, that you have been innocent all along. Moving forward, what do you want? What do you think of the work the Innocence Project does? Without them, this wouldn't have been possible.
Right, that's true. Yeah, I'm glad they have people like that who take people like myself to help in society, to get back into society, and be thankful that people like that who really help people like us to keep on motivate ourselves to go through life,
Right.
and accept the good things, not the bad things.
Thank you both for coming in
Thank you very much,
to share your
Thank you for
story.
having
And
us.
wish you a brighter future
Thank
ahead.
you.
And I know you were struggling to get back on your feet, looking for a job. So if you at home would like to help Raphael get back on his feet, the Innocence Project has set up an Amazon wish list for Raphael Ruiz. He doesn't know what the items are yet, but he's looking for some good items there. You'll find the link on pix11.com.